it should be the Wanderers and the Jets. But I just have this feeling that someone's going to let slip and Victory will sneak in. I've got this bad feeling that the Chaotic Dub will do something silly like Jets don't win against Adelaide and Victory get in without having to actually do anything.
The safest bet is always chaos. Yeah, you're correct.
100%.
I do think just if we're taking away the vibes and looking at like standings and results, I guess it makes the most sense for Jets and Wanderers to go through. But then again, like if you bring vibes into it, Sydney Victory, they have a long history in the finals as well. The kind of pride aspect will be leading going into that game for Victory and showing up after the loss to Newcastle. So they're not out of the question for me. I think that they could do something against Sydney. And yeah, I do agree with Harrow that something stupid could still happen. So, but yeah, I think my final answer is unfortunately Western Sydney and Jets getting through into the final six. Maybe I just have trust issues with Victory, but anyway.
I think it will be the Wanderers and Victory. Not confidently. I do think a lot of it comes down to Sydney FC because there's so many factors here, right? One thing, Sydney can wrap up the Premier's Plate. They beat Canberra midweek, and you would expect them to do that. But if they stuff it up, they'll need to go all out, or not necessarily go all out, but they'll need a result against Victory, right? Quick maths. For mine, if you wrap up the Premier's Plate midweek, you don't go full rest everyone mode, but you go a little bit of management mode because there's something bigger at stake, right? But at the same time, having been knocked out by Victory or lost to Victory a couple of times, I imagine those girls at Sydney would take a lot of satisfaction out of being the team that makes sure Victory don't play finals because they are and they're also such a danger team if they can get on a roll in finals, as inconsistent as they've been, right? They've got that goal scoring power. Yeah, I think a bit does depend on that. I think the most likely outcome is Sydney FC get the job done midweek and then don't go full rest mode, but are able to manage players a bit. It'll be a big opportunity for Victory, and they really just need a point out of it. You want to try and win, obviously, but they just need to get a result.